Our spiritual transformation is Yeshua's crucifixion and the aftermath thereof. Yeshua was persecuted and gone against thereof because of his light. And during his time of pain, he asked God, why was he forsaken? And that's when Yeshua passed. And in those 3 days, that's when reconstruction began. And after those 3 days, he rose. He rose back up from the ground, pushed those stones away from his grave, and walked out and became a new being. What does that remind you of? To all my spiritual people out there, those of you who were shunned, who were banished, isolated, who were made fun of or even attacked based on you standing in your light, based on you being who you truly were and truly are. And in those moments of isolation, you asked yourself, God, why me, why me, why me? But then you went through 3 seasons, or something analogous to 3 seasons. That time of rebuilding, that time of communicating with spirit, that time of making yourself stronger. And like the phoenix in the ashes, you rose back up from the ground. You became resurrected, for a better lack of a term or phrase. And after you came back, your loved ones as well as your enemies were surprised to see how much you went through, and you still came back. When God told us that we all are Yeshua, this is what God meant. We were going to be shunned by being in our light. We were going to go through those dark times for being in our light. We were going to be crucified, and we were also going to rebuild after said crucifixion. And we were always meant to rise from said ground, to come back better, stronger, faster, smarter, more intelligent, more tapped in with spirit. And when you realize that, you realize why you truly are God, why you truly are Yeshua, why you truly are Yahweh in the flesh. Even though you weren't physically crucified just like Yeshua, you understood that pain way deeper because you went through something similar, yet different, didn't you? So have I. And we've had to endure so much by ourselves. We had to be in that cave to rebuild ourselves, to tap in fully with God, to tap in with those spirits, those divine spirits that were always meant to help us. Whether it's your ancestors, your auntie, your uncle, or whoever the case may be, we were always meant to be rebuilt into a better being than who we once were. And when you finally understand that you are Christ in the making, or you are already Christ afterwards, you understand that you stand in your divine power, because they couldn't take you off this planet even if they tried to. And if God allowed them to crucify you just so that they can see that they couldn't stop you, what makes you think that they shouldn't fear you? For you are proof of God's favor. You are always proof of God's favor, weren't you? All of you out there who went through the same yet different experiences as I. We came back stronger, faster, smarter, more intelligent, more tapped in with Spirit/Christ/God. We became better people, better human beings, better spiritual beings. We became better. We started looking better. We started feeling better. We started feeling lighter. We let go of what wasn't serving our purpose. And we embraced that into which was always meant to be embraced inside of us this whole entire time. And so for you to sit there and think that you didn't survive all that you survived through, made it out, and then got to a better place to where your peace is maintained and they can't even cross those boundaries anymore, because they understand that even if they try it, and I guarantee you they may or may not try it, they're going to go through the same thing, if not worse, and then the same cycle is going to repeat until you are finally away. And you are still going to be okay, unharmed, untouched, while they are the ones still hurting, because they cannot accept the fact that you are who you say you are, and you are that God showed them who you are. That is what they fear. That is what they are afraid of. That is why they are angry. And that is why they cannot touch you. You are untouchable, because you are proof that God can place you in a lion's den where people have tore you limb from limb, and you rebuilt yourself into something so fantastic to the point where lions and hyenas bow down to you. They bow to you now because they understand your power. No matter what trials or tribulations you may go through in the future, they now understand who you truly are. And now it's time for you to understand who you truly are. Stand proud. Stand strong in who you are. You know who I am. You know who we are. Stand tall, for we are always in you. Stand proud. You did it. Embrace it. Ashe. Peace out. Adios. Mwah.